All right, hello, everybody. Yeah.
Every time.
Phil, you just said, like, okay, I got my pickup. So I was like, oh, yeah, I do have a pickup. Like, I should probably underwear. Oh, I should probably stay seated. I'm just like every single person taking an interview where it's like, hey, you know, and you're looking really good at the top, at the bottom, like there's nothing.
No, you're not.
I keep telling you, it gets really warm in here.
No, that's only on OnlyFans. You can't be throwing that on here on stream for free.
For free?
Can't be doing that.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's get started. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
Marc.
Every time.
I'm sorry.
It's your first, Mark. It's seniority. That's how it's always been.
He's off game. He'll bounce back, but it's gonna take.
I know. I was like, he hasn't been here in quite the minute. Oh, and now Philip.
Hey, you're watching or listening to episode 473 of DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody.
That must have been the weirdest intro we've done in a long time.
I'm sorry, I was sidetracked.
It wasn't even just you. It's the underwear comment. It's the you
that as well. Right. I will say
that was off.
Even though I was focused on something else for a second, I did in my head. I said, "Ayo, pause." Excuse me.
yeah. This is the weirdest intro we've done in a very long time.
Yeah. But gonna ask, how's everyone doing this fine week?
All right.
Pretty good today.
That's good to hear. I'm doing all right as well. But yeah, guys, oh, I'm sorry, Phil.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying I had a breakfast date and did some errands and
nice.
I got a random pickup on the way here and then I'm good to go. I'm doing.
Oh, gotcha.
It was a random buy. I swear to God, I looked at it and I was like, should I? And I was like, you know what? Why not? And I did it.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Nice. So, guys, this past week has been kind of crazy as far as like both like Nintendo news / leaks followed by the actual Nintendo news. PlayStation was also part of it as well, and we definitely talked at large. So I understand if we don't want to like really go into like go into details again on that one, but
I look at this as like a little bit more calm, you know, like the last time we talked about it on your stream, it was like right after, right? Like we've had a couple days now to really
kind of
let it all sink in.
Yeah.
And understand like some of the things that are coming out and really talk about what it means for some of the things.
This is true.
So
I would still look back on that and say that like Nintendo probably had a more consistent like direct and presentation over State of Play. State of Play was good. I liked a fair bit of the stuff that they had, but then because I just liked a lot of the first parties from Nintendo, I was definitely involved in that one.
You're not wrong, but also Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That is very strong.
Baby.
Rebirth.
Rebirth saved that whole show.
Although 100%. I did like seeing the extra stuff on the Frontiers of Pandora. That looks nice.
Oh yeah. I was saying that like I'm curious about traversal.
You know, Mark, I forgot that you're the one that's into that game right now, and you would have more to say than I would. I literally, I made I on the stream on Thursday. I said, should I say it or not? Because I was like, it looks like a Ubisoft first-person shooter to me, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's why I chimed in and said like, you mean like a Far Cry?
I didn't want to say it, but he said it.
I mean, as to be expected.
Sure.
Because
right? Because it's Ubisoft.
I'd be surprised if it didn't.
Yep. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I totally got a lot of Far Cry vibes from it, and I was like, Like, don't get me wrong, the Avatar stuff looks good. It's the gunplay where I was like, oh. And then I was like, okay.
It doesn't look bad, just it's not the greatest.
I never said it looked bad.
It just has something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got that
Every-
Ubisoft funk. You know what I mean?
Everything else about it looked nice.
Would you say the same thing about like Bethesda? Like Phil, just like it's the Bethesda first person shooter.
You play Starfield, and you're like, this is a Bethesda game.
Yeah,
all right?
it does kind of
100%.
feel like not a bad thing, but just like it's a very familiar feel.
I've been enjoying Starfield.
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to you about Starfield in a while. Yeah, how are you enjoying it?
I enjoy it.
Good.
Good.
What's your build? What's that build?
Oh yeah, let's hear that.
Build.
Actually, while you're at that, I'm gonna go ahead.
Your background and traits. That's what it is.
Oh, I didn't choose any traits.
Huh?
I went as just pure blank slate as possible.
That's fair.
You're no fun.
You're no fun. Hold on, I'm gonna go get that pickup real quick. But I'm gonna turn off the camera.
Why would I nerf myself, Phil?
Because it's funny.
And also turn myself here.
It's funny, but you know what? It's not going to make my time any easier.
You know what? It's true, but I gave myself 3 traits. Granted, I didn't realize one of them was choosing committing to a religion. I said I saw free item and I was like, okay. Sounds good to me.
My.
So I was like, oh well, I'm screwed. I'm a religious star scoundrel who's a street neon rat who's an extrovert. Sorry. This is not my fault. This is the options they gave me.
I probably should have like went forward with it. I just didn't want like any of like the bad traits that fall to all, because I felt like it was pretty balanced and like they give you like some really good stuff, but there's a trade-off for each and every one of them that's equally is impactful.
It's like literally all of it was balanced. Like there's a problem with everyone, but it's always like a good. There's a problem with every single choice. You chose the annoying fan, right?
Yeah, I chose the annoying fan.
How's that working out?
He's just good company, I would say. He's just like over enthusiastic. When I first saw him, I knew immediately who he was, and I ran. I wanted to see how far he would chase me.
Did he chase you?
He pretty much chases you all the way to the point where you get to your ship, and then you can leave him. But then when you get back in, you take a couple steps forward, you'll see him running at you. So I gave him a good chase, or he gave me a good chase, and then eventually he ran up on me. I was like,
nice.
It's interesting because when you dive into the more of the conversation upon like talking to him, you can actually like branch out into the point where it's like you don't want him, period, and you want to make that permanent. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to end up because of that. But I guess I can't really stop him from like being a fan. Otherwise, he has to leave. Whether that's you just go F off, or your time's now. Cock back.
I wanted the parents one so bad, but that whole idea of giving them money.
Yeah, that's one thing where I said every single thing nerfs you in some sense.
I just like the parents one sounds so cool, but I was like,
I don't want to.
I don't want to give them money.
You said that's mine.
That's my money. I said it on the last time we talked about Starfield. The one where you own a house, but you have a mortgage payment. I was like, I have one in real life. Why would I want that in the game?
I'll just wait until I can buy my house and not have a mortgage payment.
Yeah, like, what the hell is that?
And you wonder why I chose no traits.
But it's fun, Mark. I think it's fun to roleplay. That's the idea.
For every positive thing,
because there has to be compromise. That's just how life is. You think I like paying a mortgage? No,
the
but I
mortgage
have a
might
house.
create the fine line.
But guess what, Phil? In this game, it gives you the option to go in without the.
Not everything in life gives you the option, Mark.
Well, guess what? It does here. If it gives me the option to, why the fuck not?
That's your one F-bomb, dog. You used it.
That's your one.
You get one.
We are allocated to one F-bomb per person. That's it.
I don't know about you guys, but
that's not a rule. That's not a rule, but like I don't know.
It's a very soft rule.
Yeah.
I know, guys.
In the uploaded VOD, you just hear beep.
Nah, listen, I've done that before. It's too much time. It's too much time.
It probably wouldn't be too much time if you just did like if every time someone did it, you just pressed a button that marked it like there.
Oh, I wish I had that that vision.
That
I wish
coming, like,
I wish I had that vision, Mark. I really do.
That's how Raven vision. That's like.
No,
sadly,
I don't.
I think we just I think you just like highlight it like you would a highlight. You just do it right there. You're like, all right, I got to go back and censor that.
I guess.
Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant.
That's actually pretty smart. I'm not gonna lie.
Meanwhile, y'all thought meant see the future.
I thought you meant like he sees it coming right away and he's ready. He's got the Steam Deck or the Stream Deck ready to go. Like,
yeah, I thought I had to be like that. That's a hot button.
Honestly, that's usually how I wonder if that's how the people who do the live action censors or like the very big like live shows when they do the censor like on point. I always wonder how they do it so fast.
I want to say it's rehearsed, so it's like actually like baked in, but I'm not sure.
There's like,
but yeah, I don't know. That is a pretty good idea. I'm pretty sure like back in the day though, when I was initially doing the podcast and we had Gabe on board, that was kind of difficult. I used to do it though, but that's when I had a little bit more time to actually like go in and do the edits like that. But nowadays we could just like pretty much record everything on spot. Everything's set up perfectly, so you can just like send it away the moment that's done. When we're done streaming, you can just export that onto YouTube. It's great. But
what were you gonna say, Justin? I'm sorry.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. I don't know. Where were we? Can we backtrack this on this tangent?
Oh, let's see.
It wasn't really much of a tangent.
I was yelling at Mark about Starfield and real life, and then he used the F-bomb, his one F-bomb.
He goaded me into using it.
He goaded me. So it's about
Is that what that is? Is that what that is? Nintendo Directs, PlayStation.
I don't think I. Well, yeah, I don't think
you said something, and then it went from there.
Oh, you know, I probably was gonna make a quick aside saying that like I pretty much have like, because I used to do like a bit of cursing here as well, but I've just kind of cleaned that up, so it's easily approachable by anybody. But I still mark everything as like, this is not for kids.
That's fair, just in case. You never know.
Yeah.
We also talk about a lot of rated M games and stuff on here, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So even if there isn't like, it's like the director of Doom, like the new Doom games. He always says like he makes them, they're rated M, but he makes it where his children can still play the game. If that makes sense.
I don't know.
Where it's not. Let me rephrase that. It's not like you're killing humans or anything like that, and it's also.
Okay.
It's also personal. Like there's no language in the game. It's all like straight up, you versus all these bad guys. There it is.
Okay.
In the classic arcade style sense.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like back in the day, we didn't have an ESRB rating, so like games like Contra, or like Bionic Commando, where you kill like that Nazi dude at the end of the game and his head explodes, and you're like, "Hey, yo, that was kind of gory. That was kind of gory for the NES, bro. Like, what is this?" And it's just like NES game.
That's true. Okay.
So it's that kind of mentality.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's all I really wanted to say on that front. And then we would probably like dive into Nintendo, PlayStation. I would say that
we can do PlayStation first because I'm sure that's the shortest.
It is actually legitimately the shortest, just by its time frame and everything. I
will say I've reviewed it again, and there's some things in there I kind of like. But
so you warmed up the foam stars. Foam stars it is.
That's not one of them. That's not one of them.
Okay.
Although Penguin was pretty funny.
Penguin. The baristador.
The baristador. That was pretty funny. I won't lie about that front. Mark. That was pretty funny. Did you watch any of the directs this week?
I saw parts. I didn't see all of it, but I saw parts.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. Okay.
Well, I know that you finally played through Remake, so I know that we can actually talk about Rebirth. I was keeping up at the end of the PlayStation, but what do you think about Resident Evil 4's DLC, Mark?
Nancy, that's something I didn't see.
Oh, that's one
no?
thing you didn't see. Okay, we can list off some of the things that they had highlighted.
Yeah.
Just give me a
like
moment.
baby steps.
Like baby steps. I'm actually really happy that they opened up with baby steps, so it just keeps the mood light.
Baby steps looks funny. It looks like a game I will play through for the hell of it, and then that's about it. That Bennett Foddy game, yeah.
Is that essentially yes?
Yeah.
Hop on the PlayStation's YouTube channel so I get the whole listings here. But yeah, no, that was just like a really silly, fun game.
And
then
I wonder how it's gonna use the DualSense.
Oh, you know what? I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would be an otherwise multi-platform game, right?
I would assume so, but it sounded like PlayStation as far as I know.
Okay. But yeah, we had that. We also had like the very soft announcement for, and I don't even think we really need to bring it up, but Roblox was there too. It's just like a verbal announcement with some like B-roll.
Great. The PlayStation now has two of the most toxic communities I've ever seen: Genshin Impact and Roblox. That's crazy.
Is Genshin that toxic? I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm just making.
I was getting to say I don't think it's that toxic.
No, you're right, but they now have Roblox, so there's that.
But yeah, that was just a very soft announcement, and then they jumped into just like two like PSVR games. That being Ghostbusters actually, and it pretty much kind of plays as you would expect for like a PSVR, similar to Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was the one that actually had the PSVR content, and
I like the Ghostbusters game as a Ghostbusters fan, but I don't think it's like amazing. It looks fun. The music's there, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
The theme has to be there, or else it's not Ghostbusters.
It just ain't.
No.
But yeah, in addition to the PSVR version of Resident Evil 4, they also released the second bit of content for Resident Evil 4, and that being the DLC. It's called Separate Ways. It's pretty much like Ada's assignment, or at least I think it might be a reimagining of it, a remake.
From what I'm being told, it is the Ada Wong content that was in the original. Let me rephrase that: in the PS2 version of Resident Evil 4, that was in the HD versions on PS3 and 360. And it wasn't on this remake because they were going to make it DLC for the remake. But this means that the actual Ada Wong stuff is also as reimagined as Resident Evil 4 it was.
I see, yeah.
So it's going to be on the same level as the remake.
That's going to be cool then.
Yeah. So it's actually an interesting thing. Do I think it's a little scummy that they took out content to make it DLC? Yeah, a little bit. I was under the assumption that the Ada Wong stuff was already in the game. I haven't played Resident Evil 4 Remake. I don't even own it yet. I need to, but like, what do you mean it's not there? Well, that's on me. But
yeah, I mean, like it's interesting how it is reimagined. So like, I think in a different sense, like if it was just like straight verbatim, like the exact same like beat for beat Ada assignment, then yeah, putting it as DLC does seem kind of scummy. If it's brand new though, like some additional content added into that, then I can kind of see it hitting a gray area.
Yeah.
But Mark, you already seen this one, but I think the next thing was Avatar: like Frontiers of Pandora. I like the idea of just exploring, and of course, like whenever there's like an opportunity to like build up your character, I'm always in for that. So I don't know, I'll keep a lookout for that one.
The world of Pandora is great for a video game.
And I think he's just comfortable.
Man stretches and he's like, oh, who's funny?
It's like, what are you doing? You weirdo.
No, it's not like that. I was concerned. It was a legitimate concern, and y'all turned it into a joke.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
Ghost
Just
Runner.
wanted to make sure he was alive.
Yeah, I really think so. This podcast is over. Oh, who is that?
Hey, yo.
The World of Pandora would makes for a great game, and the way that it's looking right now, I think Ubisoft's going to do it. So far, it looks like they're going to do a good job at it. Hopefully, it all goes well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so.
Me too.
This was a really quick bit here, but it was Ghost Runners 2 as well. That looked really cool.
Ooh, Ghost Runner is good. I like the first game a lot. It's definitely boomer shooter style, but it's not in the traditional sense of a boomer shooter. Like it's
There's a lot of parkour. I was gonna say it's more of a zoomer thing.
A zoomer shooter.
I don't ever want to hear that again.
Parkour. Hello.
I'm talking about zoomer shooter.
A zoomer shooter.
Hey, I didn't say zoomer shooter.
I coined it.
That was actually really funny. No, I was gonna say I love Ghost Runner 1. That's a good game, and it's essentially one hit on anything kills you. So it's a matter of being able to dodge. When they're shooting at you, you can see the bullets. So it's kind of bullet hell at the same time. So you got to dodge the bullets, and your only weapon is a sword. There's no gunplay.
Can I cut the bullets?
Yeah, can you
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, yes.
I was going to say, because that's the big thing right there, is if any shot hits me, you have to be able to cut the bullets.
Well, it retries you for the beginning of the arena.
Ooh.
Like it's a straightforward game, but then there's like arena. Think Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal, where it's a straightforward path. You hit arena, kill enemies, next arena. Like keep going.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So it is a zoomer shooter.
Kinda, but you're also running like at all times. Like you are making sure, oh, there's an enemy on that side. Maybe he might shoot me. I got to jump this way. I got to jump that way. Like it's fun. It's really good.
Man,
it's a zoomer.
I mean, that's what I do with Doom, actually.
Scary 6, what you just described is very much what anyone would describe as a zoomer type of game, is one where it's very fast.
Yeah.
Next conversation.
Hey, listen, that final mission in Doom Eternal was no joke. I just could not stop running.
God, the icon of sin. Oh yeah, that was garbage.
That was rough.
That was very rough.
Let me see.
I mean, appropriate. It's the last boss, but like, man, it didn't need to be like that.
It didn't need to be this way.
I was always chased. What was it?
Oh.
PlayStation had like a selection of like new designs on it. They call them the Deep Earth Collection. It's pretty much red, blue, and probably like a
Platinum?
silver. Platinum? Oh,
Platinum?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. So
It
there's
looks
that.
cool.
It'd be cool.
They're like shiny. They're shiny controllers.
Oh, I see.
What are they? Are they controllers or the console itself?
Both. The covers.
That's cool.
It's basically just new skins, essentially.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. Well,
see if
that's
it's plates.
how they designed it. Yeah, that's how they designed it. No.
Mm.
Like you can just, instead of just buying a whole console for special editions, you can just buy the covers.
Mm-hmm. And maybe the controllers as well.
Protect your PS5 with this nice cover.
No, Mark. It's literally removing the actual shell.
Oh.
Yeah, those are actually like really cool because essentially that's why the Spider-Man 2 one sold out like quick. Because like why would you buy like a whole new like PlayStation 5 when you could just get the plates that actually give it the aesthetic of a brand new one?
Yep.
True.
Tales
of Arise DLC.
Tales of Arise DLC does look cool.
I did see that, yeah.
I am being told that it is DLC, but you do not need to beat the main game to play it.
That's actually
it's
cool.
like an expansion.
It's an expansion that's like a side, like on the main menu, you'll choose that.
Yeah, so and I also hear that like your level will be like at a fixed number. It's set to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just start it up whenever you want. So that's cool.
It's also about 20 hours.
Oh wow.
Meanwhile, me who's got already beaten pretty much everything in the game.
Meanwhile, me, who's not even touched the game, but only
There's
played the
a-
demo.
God knows how long.
Same. I have it sitting on the shelf.
Bro, it's been 2
You
years.
You too.
It's rough out here. It's rough out here.
It's hard. It's because every time I'm ready to play it, I'm like, all right, because it was like, okay, I beat Ratchet and Clank. All right, good. Then I was playing through the Spider-Man games. All right, good. And then God of War came out. And I was like, okay, let me beat through God of War. Got it. And then I was like, let me play an RPG. Scarlet Nexus. Beat it. I was like, let me not play an RPG, something else in between. And then Final Fantasy came out.
It's got
and
games
now,
though.
And now that, yeah, it does have games. Now that Final Fantasy's almost done, I'm like, yeah, maybe Tales of Arise is going to be my next game on there. No, because I know damn well Spider-Man 2 is going to come out before I get the chance. So
Yeah.
Not to mention that Rebirth is literally in February.
Oh Jesus, dude.
So
we'll get to
you
that
know,
one, though.
like it's hard. I'll get to Arise when I get to Arise. All right.
And I'm gonna have to wait probably 6 fucking months to play Rebirth on the PC.
You had one. You had one.
You have the one. You have the one. Unless, well, actually, because it wasn't there something. Oh, actually, you know what? Remind me to like talk a little bit more about the things that have been shown in that like reveal for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Let's just try to get through the other ones as well. Helldivers 2, I see here on the PlayStation channel. That was also something that they showcased. They did one of the weird demo bits.
Yeah, they did the hey, we're gamers.
They did the we're actually playing a live scenario right now type of situation.
Yeah. Look, Helldivers 1, classic. It's a cult classic for the PS3, PS4 Vita. So I like that game a lot. The original game was top down. So this is the new like behind the shoulder like perspective. And it looks good. It looks like a good, fun third-person shooter series.
Mhm.
It is Sony first party, so I don't think Xbox is getting that one, but
Well, we already have them. They're called ODSTs.
huh?
They're called. You call them hell divers. We call them hell jumpers.
Oh no, okay, no, that's not. I was talking about the gameplay itself, Mark, and you compared it to Halo.
I'm just saying. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
You thought of Halo?
Hell divers. Why would I not think of hell jumpers?
I don't even.
You're thinking of the name.
The name and just the concept of them. I'm like, that sounds like ODSTs.
I mean, true.
Maybe.
That's true. That is like conceptually it makes sense as far as like the firefight like mode. You know, I get that.
That's real sus of you to say, Mark. I'm just saying.
To me, it makes perfect sense.
Sus.
Sus. He says sus, but he knows I'm right.
So
No, I don't know if you're right. That's the problem.
I guess we'll just go ahead and jump over
yeah,
to.
that's fine. Sorry.
We'll just go ahead and jump over to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. You can rule this city, Spider-Man.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Do a flip.
Say it. Say it.
Impressive.
Everyone gets one. Impressive.
You know, I'm sort of a scientist myself.
I can't believe they did that. I still can't believe that.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh, and it looks so damn good. I don't know what else to say about Spider-Man 2. It looks good.
I'm
ready
glad
to play.
they showed a lot more of like what are you going to see like outside of, like the general combat, because obviously a lot of people will just kind of think about how like the fighting mechanics work, but like exploring the city, what you get to see,
Yeah, the
and
side quests.
the expansion, like how big this world is now, and
It's
then,
like actual New York.
and then the upgrades you get and how you just kind of access, I guess, different missions or even the different Spider-Men. The load times is good.
The load times are crazy. That's the power of the SSD, baby.
So fast.
It's too quick.
So fast. So good. Ice cream, so good.
Bing chilling.
No, stop.
They're on our 6. Over her glizzy overdrive.
No way. Dude, playing the music was wild.
Oh my god.
I actually made this prediction that like Hoyoverse would have like an appearance, by the way, here at the State of Play. They did. They had like a quick thing for Star Rail, actually. But that was just like really quick aside. And then there was I'm sorry. Did you want to add anything to that?
I was just gonna ask, is it just Space Genshin? Is that what that is?
It's kinda. Yeah, it's turn-based RPG Genshin.
Ooh,
That was the difference.
You could
very into the something.
You could probably compare it more to Honkai Impact.
You think so? Because Honkai Impact was kind of more. That was also the action RPG ish type of thing. Because that's how I like initially had learned about it. Was like it was actually an ad read actually from someone I would watch, and they were talking about like how this was like legitimately like a mobile game that didn't really feel like a mobile game when it came to the actual like action bits of it. And I was actually really surprised with that. And then Genshin shows up, and that's like literally a tier above that. And then Honkai is now just kind of the return to roots, like turn-based RPG stuff.
Yep, and it's extremely popular.
Yeah, they definitely just earned their cred for that. So people are just like jumping on that one. I feel like it was one of those things where like I should have just been there day one and I would have followed through with it. But now I'm just like so far behind. The only like profit I can make is like newcomer starts to play Genshin or Honkai Star Rail for the first time type of video.
Oh man, that's how I feel about Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wish I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so daunting, that type of journey, but apparently it's like it's worthwhile like once you get invested. But you know what, Phil? There's something else to get invested in. That Foam Stars open beta party.
You had me for a minute and then you said Foam Stars. How dare you? It looks fine, you know, like it's not like I'm not like upset that PlayStation is getting a Splatoon clone, you know, like it is a if you're gonna copy something, Splatoon's a good game to copy, you know what I mean?
We'll talk about Splatoon later on, but
yes, but it looks fine. I'll try it out.
Yeah.
I just need to know, is it free to play?
Not entirely sure. I feel like Foam Stars. Well, it's Square. Square has done. Have they done free to play before? I feel like
Square a little too much.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. I was just thinking about Ever Crisis for a minute. I was like, no, that might be it, and also for Soldier. So they definitely had. Well, I mean, I'm not even sure if they're the ones that like developing this one more, or they might be overseeing some stuff, but. But yeah, that was certainly a thing, and I think the last bit from like State of Play was the Rebirth like date announcement trailer. Which
yeah, because they ended up just doing Foam Stars and Final Fantasy back to back because they're both Square.
That's true. Okay, that makes sense. And you know what? I think they just whoever edits these trailers for Final Fantasy VII, they just know. They know exactly what to do as far as like grabbing your attention, give you all these like out of context stuff that just would make sense for people who've seen it before, and for those who don't see it, they don't know what's going on. But it's just a lot of information, good in a good way.
Like, I can't wait, dude.
I mean,
I need it.
Yeah, for sure.
No, good. I need it.
I mean, currently, and I's kind of playing through OG Final Fantasy VII. I haven't played it myself, and I kind of want to keep it like that because I'm just taken away with like all the new surprises here and there, and the fact
I've been spoiled by remake.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. In the sense that you won't go back to OG. I can think what he means.
But Mark, have you actually played OG Final Fantasy VII ever?
I think he says before he hasn't, and didn't really have that interest for it.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
But yeah,
I was just wondering because I think I'm the only one here that has played it.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about? I guess like at the time that you were playing it, did you play it like around its initial release time? 7 OG?
1 second.
No.
I see. Okay.
I never played it around OG release. PS1, right? No, I never played it around OG release.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Nintendo kid, so my console was 64.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Because I was wondering, there's like a huge connection for people in the OG Final Fantasy VII, like when they played it. I'm not sure about people like in the demographic where they played it just more recently because of, its popularity now. But
Mhm.
I don't know, the fact that like I would say someone like Max. I'm gonna just take Max for example, although it can be kind of unfair. He just has like a deep understanding of that game, even though he's not like of the RPG background. He like loves specifically Final Fantasy VII, and I'm sure a lot of people do, and they have a lot of things to say about OG content versus like what they're doing like with these new releases. So it's interesting when like for him, for example, when he actually deep dives and like recollects like all these things that happened, and it's all like crazy. And there's like a specific reason why Seven's regarded so highly over a lot of the other Final Fantasy like titles, regardless if that's like their favorite or something else is their favorite Final Fantasy. It's
Yeah.
just crazy.
It's essentially the game that popularized turn-based RPGs in America.
Man, dude, that's wild.
Because I mean, don't get me wrong, we had decent ones that everybody loved. Phantasy Star on the Genesis, we had Final Fantasy 1 on NES, and 4 and 6. I'm not going to name them by the American numbers. That's so hard. 4 and 6 in America for us. That was great on Super Nintendo. Like we had a Chrono Trigger, obviously,
Mhm.
but really RPGs were niche until Final Fantasy 7.
Hmm.
And that's when they blew up. I mean, notice how many RPGs are on PlayStation 1 alone. There's a lot. You're talking like Xenogears, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, Tactics, Chrono Cross,
Hmm.
freaking Dragon Quest 7 was on there. Parasite Eve 1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
Breath of Fire 3, 4.
damn, Breath of Fire as well.
Yeah, like a lot of RPGs blew up. Suikoden 1, 2.
Hmm.
I can keep going on, but yes, RPGs essentially blew up on PlayStation, and everybody started to like them more and more.
Hmm. But yeah, I don't know if I could like deep dive into like Rebirth the same way as other people have been able to do so online right now, but there's just a lot of information. It's pretty much confirming everything that's being included in that like that time frame that's supposed to be said, like from the time that the folks leave Midgar to, well, I guess it kind of like ends up like wherever they end up, really.
They teased Vincent Valentine in that trailer, and I hate them. I needed to see that.
Hmm.
I need him in my party. He's never leaving my party.
Thank God.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah,
We're talking Rebirth.
There's just a lot to consume in that trailer. I'm obviously I'm a huge fan of like what was it, the synergy like abilities, the moves. It was so crazy to see. It's probably the flashback, but it's essentially it's Cloud and Sephiroth working together, and you can actually use synergy moves.
That is the Niflheim story. So it's they already confirmed that you're going to be able to play as Sephiroth during the Niflheim flashback, which is a big part of Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
So like it's the famous scene where he like walks away from the fire.
Oh.
That's where that's from.
Oh, okay, I see.
Niflheim is a town that he essentially destroys and kills.
Damn.
Yeah. That's not spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. If you're asking for spoilers from like a 1997 game, I'm sorry.
How could you?
It's in Smash Brothers. That's his victory screen.
that is funny.
Yeah. So it's the Niflheim scene. So they're confirming that whole flashback. You'll be able to play Sephiroth. It's essentially its own section of the game because they're going to expand on it.
Gotcha. But I was gonna say, there's the one takeaway I want to get from like the Niflheim like mission. It's the fact that like it's the coordinated attack is so specific. I think people were actually doing translations of it where it's like in the Japanese dub you can actually translate Sephiroth as you're doing it. He'll say "combine with me." And I was like, oh, what? And then you do all the slash. You do slash moves, and then like there's a shot where he looks at Cloud, and Cloud's like, "What?" I was like, "Bro."
I like the L'Oreal meme.
The L'Oreal meme, yeah. This dude.
But they showed off playable Kate Sith finally.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Talking about.
He looks really goofy,
playable Kate
in a good way.
Playable Red 13. I saw Yuffie's in the party. Well, she was playable in intergrade,
Yeah.
but in the context of Final Fantasy VII, this is around the time where you find her too. There's only one character left. Well, they didn't show a playable Vincent Valentine. He's in the trailer, but they didn't show him like playable. That might be playable. We're not sure, but there's still one character left, and that's Sid. So we need to see if Sid himself was going to be playable eventually.
Oh man, I wonder if like some Final Fantasy 16 Sid might have an influence on this. But they probably won't, because they'll probably keep the character true to like what he was.
Sid, the name Sid is just a joke. It's literally a running joke throughout Final Fantasy history.
Yeah, that there's just a Sid in the game.
In every single mainline game, there's a Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he's important to the story or not, but there is a Sid in every single game.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be like in like the context of 16, where his full name is Sidolphus.
Oh yeah.
But it's Sid, yeah. It's like I think in Final Fantasy 11, which is the MMO, he's like a smith, and you go to him for weapons. He's like the idea.
Gotcha.
But in like Final Fantasy 4, he's part of your party. I remember him. He's the one with the axe. He's the one that owns the ship.
Okay.
Sid is usually always the one that owns the ship.
He's always the one involved with the ship or something.
Yep. He's always the one where he's like a mechanic, or he's a shopkeeper, or he's like a leader of some sort.
Got you.
He's always that archetype.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for instance, Sid was the old man in 15, correct?
He was the old man.
Okay. Is it loud behind me, by the way? Someone's doing their lawn.
I think because of how Discord has it, it filters out everything else out. But when you talk, anything that like gets filtered in the mix of you talking will just happen. Which, I mean, that's just kind of the limitations there. But, you know. It is what it is.
Too loud, let me know. I can close my window.
But yeah, no, you sound just fine. It's good.
Okay.
Technology, man. Technology's gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Like sound.
Clearly, because Rebirth looks gorgeous.
Yeah. That's PlayStation 5. That's a PlayStation 5 game.
Now that's a PS5 game. That's what I'm talking about. Mark, how do you feel about Rebirth?
Rebirth? I think it looks fucking sick.
Is that 3?
It's three. I'm counting how many times he does it.
God.
But you know what? That one was warranted. It does look sick, dude. It's good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's kind of pretty much it. I honestly feel like, even though I just like the show, just generally speaking, I think Rebirth really does carry it. There's just so much excitement about that one.
Mm-hmm. And it's sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
February is way closer than you think. Like, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, dude. That like,
holy.
I'll fall asleep, wake up, it's February.
Like, that's crazy. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. But are you excited were you excited to get 19 inches of Sephiroth, though?
With removable wing?
The detachable wing? I only got the deluxe edition. I was like, I don't really I don't want to play.
You're the man that bought 3 Switches.
Mark, I don't want to hear it.
And you ain't gonna pay a little bit extra for a Sephiroth figure.
It's already gone anyway, so you can't get it.
It's true. It's already like listen. Like I always say that I don't. All right, fair point, fair argument, but I don't want to do it.
I was gonna say, you can't get out of this.
It was a Square Enix online store exclusive, and it sold out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think
I'm not surprised.
It's tough. I don't even know if they'll even restock on that one. Honestly,
I mean, I have a source if you would like one, but I don't.
He bought them in bulk, didn't he?
He bought 2 because a friend won one, and then she ended up getting it anyways. So he's like, well, crap! Now I have a pre-order.
Ooh.
Take it, Justin. Take it.
You know, I think
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Because
I don't know if he already got rid of it or not. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking it's either me or it would have to be like somebody else in our group who would totally benefit from like a figure as a background.
Yeah. I am going to get the digital, or not the digital, the deluxe edition as well, because I wanted to see what it included, and it is the exact same as Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 7 remake in deluxe form, and then PS5 never got that, so it's just a standard.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
But
did you get the figure of Cloud on Fenrir?
No, not that one.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the collector's.
That
There's
was
no way.
that collector's edition, which is also pretty cool.
No, I got the deluxe, which is the steelbook, the art book, and a mini soundtrack, and this is exactly what this one includes as well. So I'm gonna get that same one because I feel like it matches with my collection.
Yeah,
and I don't normally get deluxe editions, but Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, you know, it's kind of hard for me to say no.
Did
showing off Zach a lot in the trailer, so I'm like, ooh.
I will say $100 is that's a pricey deluxe edition considering I only paid 70 for remake because it was only $10 more than the original.
Do you think
but then again,
actually, do you know if remake Intergrade had like a collector's edition, or was it just
Okay. It was just standard. That's why I have it like that. It's just standard.
Gotcha.
I don't think Intergrade would need a deluxe edition. It's
more no.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't, but
it was like Intergrade is literally their way of like, hey, we realize we're making the rest of these PS5 only games. We should make sure remake matches the rest.
Yeah.
Also, we can see the whole gang's gonna get together in this.
Not the whole gang just yet. You missed it when I don't know if you were here when I was talking about Sid.
I don't think so.
I was gonna say you're talking about one particular mechanic.
No, one character. In 7, Sid is a playable partner.
I know. I was like Sid. I know who Sid is. I'm just like
but Sid is also late game, so that makes sense.
So we might see
You might see Sid. So I'm thinking it's gonna be like remake where you see Red 13, but you can't have him in your party. It's gonna be like you might get Vincent Valentine and Sid, and you might see them, but they won't actually be playable.
I guess we'll have to wait and see, I guess, on that one.
I feel like we might get Vincent.
Maybe.
I hope. He's like one of my favorite Final Fantasy 7 characters because I'm an edgelord.
He's like one of everyone's favorite Final Fantasy 7 characters.
Shut up, dog. All right, look. What do you want from me, Mark? I'm basic. Is that what you want me to tell you?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm admitting it. There you go.
Oh, here.
No, that's not at all what I wanted. I'm just pointing something out.
The rumor come out.
Well, Vincent's sick, bro. What do you want from me?
You're right. He cool.
Dirge Service wasn't that bad. Calling it now.
Whoa.
Also,
it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
Me seeing the trailer and thinking, wait a minute, Cloud, Sephiroth work together. Do you get to play Sephiroth?
I think you did miss that conversation. That's the Niflheim scene.
I know it is, but I was like,
okay.
I wonder if they will. I wonder if you can play Sephiroth for a little bit.
You can. That's confirmed. So the only things they're confirming is yes, you can play as Sephiroth. No, not through the whole game. It is only in the Niflheim flashback.
It's gonna have that nice save file specifically for Sephiroth. Is what it is.
So it's like they're going to expand the flashback because in the original game it's about an hour long. It's not that long. But if you
a lot longer,
it's going to be a lot longer to explain a lot more things.
5 hours. Let's go.
Section. It's going to be a whole section of the game, essentially, and you're going to be able to play as Sephiroth in that section.
Not to mention, there's probably going to be changes.
Of
course.
Changes.
There's got to be. Of course, there's got to be gameplay changes. It's open world now.
So I mean, changes to the story.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, that dog. Zach is alive. That's already the biggest change.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that once we get to the Niflheim thing, because once we get to that, I feel like whatever changes they do, that's when we might see Zach actually appear to the rest of the cast.
Because like Zach's on the box art.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's literally Cloud on the left, Zach on the right, and Sephiroth in the middle. That's the box art.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's so good. You know what? I need to pick up Crisis Core Reunion.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
So
because they changed, I believe they changed the ending to match remake.
Yeah?
I could have sworn that's what I read, but let me double check that info before I say that.
I could have sworn like the ending ends exactly the way that like Crisis Core did.
I don't think so.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure it ends the same way.
Yeah, I think it ends the same way. Like, I think they gave like Pacific content creators like a box that tells them not to open it until they finish the game, and it's all the letters from Aerith.
That's so heart-wrenching. Like,
It's so messed up.
That's like pouring salt and lemon juice on an open wound. That's just so mean. Why?
Yeah. So it pretty much has him like getting offed in this game.
With he's going out to that soundtrack. If I listen to it now, I'm still like,
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too.
yeah.
You're like, I like how Zach is the only sane person by the end of the game. That bit from like back in Crisis Core still gets me. Dude, he ate my hair.
Dude, he ate my hair.
okay, so yeah, you're right. Crisis Core story was not altered. However, it's altered in remake and rebirth, and so they're expecting you to put the pieces together.
Yeah.
So you still need to play Crisis Core to understand this full story.
Yeah. And it's currently being theorized that this big reunion that like Sephiroth talks about is starting to become something separate from what it used to be.
Which is why I find it interesting that Crisis Core's remake name is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion.
It makes you wonder if the last of the trilogy will be called Reunion.
That would
Probably,
be interesting, but
yeah.
they've already used the reunion name. That's why
Damn.
I'm like,
Resurgence. That wouldn't make sense. But
revitalized, not
revised.
revised. Oh
Revenge.
no, revenge is good. I like that one.
Oh,
Ooh.
I think you may have spoiled like the ending. It depends. It depends on how they end it for Rebirth.
At this point, look at this point. Here's the problem: remake is literally 1-for-1 remake up until the last chapter.
That's
Like,
when shit is completely different.
Once you hit the last chapter, all bets are off because I don't think Eric's the one that's gonna die. That's my prediction.
What?
I don't think so. I don't think she's the one that's gonna die this time.
We don't know.
Really?
We don't necessarily know if anybody's gonna die.
I have a theory, but I'm not gonna spoil it in case it comes true.
Okay, because
Because,
yeah.
Because think about it, like we have because I mean Wedge is probably still alive. I mean we didn't see him.
He
but
is.
probably still
Oh
alive.
yeah, and also the other guy was also alive as well.
Yeah, he had the bandage on his head.
Yeah.
I hope. What's her name? I hope she's still alive.
Jessie? No, she's dead.
Ah!
She's technically
No,
dead. Yeah.
She out. She gone.
Unless they do something with. Oh my god, going back to Max,
Hey,
he
I'm
theorized.
just saying, if the other two can make it, so can she.
Dog. She doesn't even live in the original game.
Damn.
Neither do the other two.
I want. Yeah.
No, they do.
I want to support.
Wait, no. You're right. You're wrong. I'm sorry. I had to think about it.
But no, I want to support the theory that like Max had. He was saying that like considering that you really broke the timeline and that all bets are off, he was saying that like there's a possibility that you might see her again, but she'll be at the Golden Saucer as she always like hoped and dreamed for, but she won't remember you.
That'd be so. Oh my god.
I don't know how that even works, but like, I mean,
That's both happy. That's both happy and sad.
Yeah. The same way as how like Sephiroth just kind of messed with you by stabbing Barrett real quick, and he was gonna die there, but like the ghosts were like, no, that's not supposed to happen here. Let me just fix that.
Let me fix Barrett real quick.
Let me patch him up real quick.
Because yeah, at this point, all bets are off 100%. We don't know what's gonna happen.
This is true.
I can't. The locations are matching up to the original, but it's not. There's no way. Like story wise, it's already way off rails.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They did clarify post the state of play upon interview that some of the locations will be kind of swapped around here and there.
Yes.
But that's kind of the extent. We don't really know.
I believe
exactly.
it's to match the layout of the world. Correct? Is that what it is?
Probably, and also just give you more freedom. possibly.
Yeah. Also, Golden Saucer, baby. Yo,
Oh.
the fact that the mini games are the exact same are the craziest thing I've ever seen. HD Chocobo Racing is not something I thought I would ever see in my life. I'm just saying.
Ooh, I just thought about something.
What?
I wonder if they will it, because this was left in the air in Crisis Core Reunion. This was left in the air. So it was left in the air in the original game. I wonder if they'll touch on Genesis.
That.
He's technically not dead.
No, he's not, because he shows up at the end of Dirge Service. Okay, here's my question. How far do you go with the 7 story then? Because it doesn't end right when 7 ends. There's still
it's a whole universe.
There's still Advent Children. There's still Dirge Service. Where, like,
I guess it just depends on how much they decide to alter the timeline.
Yeah.
Because Genesis, there's no way they would bring Angeal. There's no way they would do anything with Angeal.
I haven't played Crisis Core in a while. Doesn't he die?
Yeah, he dies.
Angeal does, but like, that'd be wild actually. If Angeal was, that'd be just wild. If Angeal
I believe Angeal does not return in the FF series from 7 series. It's literally
maybe not in the original timeline.
But well, I mean, we kind of assumed that like by the end of Remake, Zack's story was pretty much like on the timeline, and now it's splitting off the moment he was supposed to die. So everything that happened prior should still be the same thing, but what happens to the characters like after like Zack has met them, that's kind of up in the air, I guess.
It also makes you wonder what the ramifications for breaking the timeline are if certain events, because let's say Zack's fate changed from the timeline being broken.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eric said best, like that, like we're at a point of no return, like, and we pretty much like filmed the gaps there. Like anything could happen.
Yep,
there's all these possibilities.
So who knows what's gonna happen?
I mean, now we got Cloud on a Segway.
What the hell was that?
He still has his Buster Sword on him.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
I was just like, hey, yo, I don't remember that in the original game.
Some people have been putting funny memes of like it's Cloud on a Segway, and then there's like Sephiroth on a taller Segway.
Yeah, on the tallest Segway. On the tallest Segway possible. He's just like in the air. His feet aren't even touching the base. He's just
like his sword.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Oh my
on
god.
On a taller Segway, dude. People got jokes.
People got too much jokes.
But yeah, a lot of the talk on Rebirth is it's a lot of conjecture going forward with whatever existing knowledge that we have. It's tough to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say because any existing knowledge might be fucking worthless.
You got me counting too. But you are right. Yeah, like a lot of things could be thrown out of place. I wonder if they'll change the timeline to a point like by the end of like Rebirth that quote unquote revenge is something different entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Resurrection.
That actually might actually work.
Resurrection to what? Angeal?
What if it was Aerith?
Angeal, Sephiroth.
I mean, it seems like Aerith's like death is like something that should remain predetermined because like it impacts like the cast like that.
Sephiroth,
but what if
is the last boss? So there's no way.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sephiroth has to be the last boss. It's not technically Sephiroth. It's what the hell? What did they call him?
I'm
trying to remember his name, but it's not Sephiroth. If you played Smash Brothers, I'm sure you have, Mark. All of Sephiroth's stage is the ending to Final Fantasy VII.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. So that piece right there, like, it's that weird cloud, like that demon god version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Final Smash.
it's his isn't it? Didn't they call it like his Seraph form or something?
Something like that, but he has a name. But yeah,
I'll have to take a look at that.
Basically like God mode Sephiroth essentially.
yeah, pretty much.
He
But
throws
I know the
math
exact-
at you, and the earth shatters.
It's literally his final smash.
Yeah,
yeah. I'll
But,
type in Sephiroth final form. It's not my final form.
I mean, that's two guesses where I'd see like as I got the way YouTube reacted to those two names was like, ooh, that's like that. So maybe Sony's thinking the same thing of Revenge or Resurrection.
Resurrection seems really interesting because I don't know, like,
It points to a lot of things.
yes.
it could mean they resurrected the timeline.
It could mean they resurrect, or it's like he said, it could be Angeal, or it could be Sephiroth, or it could be Aerith.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm just pulling this out of the wiki, but I think they pronounce it as like Sephiroth, or Safer.
Zephyr?
Cypher Sephiroth. There it is.
Cypher? Yeah, okay.
Cypher Sephiroth.
It's not like
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's typically not spelled the way that we typically spell cipher, but yeah, Sephiroth.
Sephiroth!
Dude goes
Dude,
off.
that's in my opinion, that's the most exciting part of this remake. I cannot wait to hear Rebirth's music. Oh,
Ooh, we got to hear a little bit
Ooh.
in the trailer. That was like
mm-hmm.
when I heard the main theme like go off like in like the action sequence, I was like, yo, like wait a minute.
They're cooking.
They've been cooking.
They're-
It's crazy.
They're cooking hard.
But alrighty. I think that's all we can really say about that one. Yeah, so Rebirth has a lot.
I mean, but we know we're gonna be able to play as
Kate Sith for sure. Red
Yeah.
13 for sure.
So we know that we're
Yuffie.
adding-
Youths.
Yeah, so then in addition to Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith, we'll have Cade Sith, Red 7, and
Red
Yuffie.
13
Red 13.
and Yuffie.
Red 13, bleh, I forgot his name, Red 13.
And
blah, blah,
Yuffie
blah.
will be joining the party officially because she was an
Yeah.
intergrade. But I feel like that's kind of a cop out way to just be like, here's a next gen version of the game. So
They were kind of teasing
Vince-
some mechanics too. I appreciate
yeah,
that.
of course. But
I feel like Vincent, I feel like they wouldn't show him if we didn't get to at least either see how he plays or plays him a little bit because I feel like he's just that popular of a character.
my issue is if you're gonna save Sid for the next game, why only one character? You know what I mean? Like it would
Maybe
be
they have
bigger.
a big role for him possibly.
Maybe, but it would be a bigger deal to get both Sid and Vincent at the end of like the last game because then you
It
at
would be
least
a
have
bigger
two new
package.
characters. There you go.
That would be a bigger package.
Unless they also plan to add Zack.
Hold on, are you cooking? Are you cooking right now?
Oh, let me cook.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you just almost burned it, dude. What are you talking about?
I mean, think about it. If they're going back to the Niflheim incident, that's why I said like, hey,
Well,
hey.
Zach is in the Niflheim incident, huh?
That's why I was like, oh, maybe we'll put him on
No,
the
he's
same
not in
time.
this Niflheim incident. Not that I remember.
How
But the timeline's merging. Oh,
yeah, timelines are supposedly merging at a certain point.
oh, Lord, Zach playable would be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we'll get him. And he'll need everything.
You have
That's exactly how I
Okay.
reacted. Yeah.
that'd be so it's Cloud and Zack and Aerith in the same party. And what if they had like in the final game they have like a trio?
I don't
synergy.
like where you're going with this.
They have a
Oh,
trio
okay.
synergy. I was like, wait. Would
Yeah, I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, but I don't like it.
No, I like it.
No,
Like,
they
No,
got.
Mark, you stop, Mark, you stop.
dude. Do you know how happy that would make people?
Mark, you knock it off.
Think of it. Are you telling me you wouldn't be happy to see Cloud, Zack, and Aerith get their happy ending?
Wait.
Cloud
God,
finally.
I love Final
And
Fantasy.
Cloud's at the
But-
final end of like the series, just like support polygamy, like the cuts, hard cuts.
I support, but what?
He says at the very end of the game, he says, "This really is a Final Fantasy." And then it cuts to the main theme.
get to see Cloud and Tifa be happy. You get to see Aerith and Zack be happy.
Well, hold on. Let's start internet flames right now. slow down. To get back to my point, I was gonna say like the same way you have like duo like synergy like moves. What if you could do it with 3 characters like by the end of the game or the following game? So
They
it's
might be
like
working on that.
that'd be really cool. I would say that like if you can like get those bars filled, you could essentially have like someone like Zack and
Those
Aerith in the same like party with Cloud, and you just have like this signature like trio like synergy move, and it's like possibilities are endless.
Did you say bars?
Bars.
I did say bars.
Bars?
Bars.
Get those bars going.
Mmm.
Man finna go.
Cloud and Zack rap.
Man finna go loco, running around looking like a chocobo.
Oh my god.
If those two have like a soldier rap, I don't want to like.
The soldier rat. You.
Good lord.
Oh no. But yeah, that's all I wanted to put out there. It's like, oh, they could have like improved on that synergy system, or even
And
add another thing.
they brought back the president's son in the trailer.
Oh yeah, what was his name again?
I'm
Rufus,
trying to
right?
remember what his Rufus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rufus the Naked Mole Rat, yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I'll end this quick. Don't be like that. It's like, what? Do you like it? Of course you do. Why was he talking to Cloud like that? In mid fight.
He's a weirdo. Because he's a weirdo.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Who got a cool fighting style?
Yeah, he kind of has I think it's about like his outfit that kind of screams kind of like the I forget what. I guess it's just for lack of better words, the Valkyrie class that you would see. I forget exactly, or the Dragoon classing. I think
because I know. But did he use a shotgun?
he did use a shotgun.
He used a small pistol grip shotgun along with a dog.
Yeah, the dog. The dog was crazy.
He did have the Doge.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys know that when you actually fight him in Remake, there's a specific, when he's reloading, there's one specific move that will absolutely stagger him from 0 to 100, and it's the forget what it's called. I think it's not Braver, is it? I think it is Braver. Whatever's the like full like looping slash, the one that takes the longest to take and finish. But yeah, if you like pull that off while he's reloading, he'll be fully staggered. And I was like, there's no way it'd be that one. But it was.
Final Fantasy VII Reloaded.
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 A Rufus playable character? That's crazy. What?
That would be so wild.
Reimagined?
Reimagined.
Nah.
Revitalized?
Revive me.
Revive me. But yeah, no, I think 7 Rebirth looks great.
Yeah, it does. I kind of want to see another thing before like they jump into like the big spoiler like opening release trailer. One more trailer before that though. I'd be good.
I think I'm satisfied with trailers.
Oh, okay.
I did this with a remake. I'm gonna do it again with this game. I'm good. I'm just gonna wait for the full game now.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the pattern of names we have. We have Remake, Rebirth. So
Recluse.
Recluse. So I mean, I guess because remake it's basically that you've remade something. Rebirth, something is born again, and so I guess thematically with the Rees and with just how it's been, Resurrection would make a lot of sense. Resurrection does make a lot of sense.
Resurrection, yeah. Final Fantasy VII. Reverse!
Reverse!
Cha-cha, real smooth.
Oh my god.
Ding, 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 ding. Turn it up.
Oh my god,
To the left. Take it back now, Aerith.
Yeah. Aerith.
One hop this time.
Oh no. One stab this time.
Okay, sorry about that. Let's
Chocobo real smooth.
Whoa, wait.
Bring up Bear. Chocobo real smooth.
I know you could hear that.
Now it's time to get funky.
Barrett, no.
Marlene.
Marlene!
I am sad we're not going to get to see Marlene again. So.
Yeah,
She's in a safe place.
she's in a safe place. Yeah. Ooh, okay,
So
so
that's enough Final Fantasy. That was a lot.
that was a lot, and that wasn't really like the
We barely
most.
scratched the surface.
Yeah, that wasn't the most deep dive we could ever go with that series.
I still remember upon playing it when I texted you guys, said Andrew Tate's in this game.
Andrew Tate.
That's that one. That's what that one dude fucking. What's his fucking name? I see you too.
No, he dropped it twice. He dropped it twice.
Did he?
He did.
I see.
Oh.
He used
I'm
one as
sorry.
he used one as a filler word. You know, those times where you don't have actually a word like in place, so you have to pause.
A filler word.
Yeah,
Because
because the F-bomb can like be used for all types of applications.
He said a filler word. That's fair.
Rude. That's who it is. Rude.
Oh, rude.
Final Fantasy 7 rude?
Rude.
He looks like Andrew Tate.
He does look like Andrew Tate. The first thing I thought of when I saw him.
Anybody who looks like Andrew Tate is immediately not a good person in my book.
I was
Well,
like,
good, because
meanwhile,
Rufus isn't the greatest person at first.
Good.
I was saying, Rude. I mean, actually, Rude was actually like, in comparison to the other guy, Rude was pretty level-headed.
He is. Wait. Yeah. The immediate glass change.
The glass change.
So funny. But yeah, okay. Nintendo, right?
Yeah, because we're getting way.
Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay.
No, but the thing is, 7 has a lot to do, so you know.
It's true.
Considering it's changing everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But,
good game. I'm ready to play. Mark, I do have one specific news for Final Fantasy for you. I am hearing rumblings that Microsoft is eyeing it. So that means yes, you do have to wait because of exclusivity deals, but I do think it is coming to Xbox this time. Like I'm placing a bet on it.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. Is that
And I also think that's going to be backed up by the fact that they on PS5 you can pre-order the twin pack that comes with Remake, Intergrade, and Rebirth.
oh, so it won't just be okay.
It wouldn't just be Rebirth.
It would also be
thinking
Remake.
I'm thinking late this year you guys will get it.
My mic cut out my Maximilian dude scream.
Yeah. So I that's my personal bet. I know what last time I was really hard on the fact that it might not come out. I'm thinking this is the year that everything comes over. Maybe not 16. You know, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's slow
at
down
least-
for a minute.
Don't
but
say
at
that.
least 7. But at least 7.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, no, I want you guys to play 16. So
I'm already having to wait the exclusivity shit to get the PC version.
Yeah.
that's fair.
But yeah.
Nintendo, right?
Oh yes, actually.
Yeah.
Real quick, Mark, did you see all of the direct? I think you did.
I saw a couple parts of it. Yeah, I saw about the Peach game. I saw about the remake for Mario and Donkey Kong.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Okay. I only really have things to say about like the actual first party. A lot. There's some third party things that are important, but really, let me just get these out of the way. The ones that
You know
are
what?
small.
Yeah,
Like the
fair enough.
League of Legends stuff, get that out of here. I don't care.
You know that Riot Games had like a little time slot that they specifically placed there.
You can
Of
play League
course.
on the Switch.
No, you wish.
It's-
You wish it was that crazy of an update, but it was not. It is like League side games coming that got its own like section of the direct.
it was like 2 of them though, so it wasn't like crazy.
Yeah. But
Everyone's still looking forward to Project L.
that is the League game I want to play,
This-
man.
Yeah.
That is for me, a fighting game fan.
It's literally got like every mechanic known to man in it.
I want to play that so bad, but I don't think it's coming to consoles just yet. I think it's PC only right now.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, get rid of the League of Legends stuff. Get rid of the weirdo like low tier. I don't want to say low tier. That's not nice. Let me rephrase that because that's really mean. Because people put their heart and soul in the games. I have to remember that. The indie games that I didn't care about personally, which was like Warsong or some other ones. You know what I mean? I really only have a lot to say about like the first party games, some third parties, and small handful of indies. Can I start with the indies?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Horizon Chase 2 looks great.
Okay.
I keep hearing the Horizon Chase Turbo, which is the first game, is really, really top tier. So I kind of feel like I owe it to myself to pick it up soon because I want to play it. It sounds fun. And I like arcade racers like Outrun and Daytona. So yeah, I gotta pick that one up soon. Wargroove 2, great. Wargroove 1 was good, and that was essentially the only way to play Advance Wars for a long time, so that's good. I might trash talk the League of Legends side games, but Song of Nunu does look kind of good. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to remember if there's any other indie games on there. No, not really. Third party games, Contra looks great. It's a little rough, but I also know that they're working on it. So, because I have faith in the fact that it's WayForward and Konami together, who are the creators of Contra 4 for DS. So it's like they got the same team. I know it's going to be good. Trying to remember. Oh yeah. People need to stop thinking that it looks like a generic RPG, guys. Unicorn, what Overlord? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Unicorn Overlord. That is a Vanillaware game. That game is going to be good. Anything Vanillaware touches, it's good. Like 100%. They haven't made a bad game yet. So that game actually looks pretty decent. It's probably not a day one for me personally, but when it, eventually, that's going to get in my collection because 13 Sentinels is god tier. It's a good game.
All right. Did you talk about Prince of Persia yet?
Oh yeah, Prince of Persia is also god tier. I might, you know what, Mark? If it ain't gonna be Avatar that does it, I'm gonna give them $60 of my money to play Prince of Persia day one.
Is that on my birthday?
Huh?
It comes out on my birthday.
Really?
Oh,
on the same exact day for day?
Yeah.
Nice. Happy birthday, Mark. You get a good Ubisoft game. Look it. All they had to tell me back in the day when they announced that game that it's being made by the Ubisoft team who made Rayman Origins and Legends, and I'm like, oh, buddy, those are good. Like you got me sold. So I'm in. Metroidvania Prince of Persia is not something I ever thought I needed, but it looks amazing. It looks on the same style of Dread, like Metroid Dread, and I'm for it. That's a day one purchase for sure. The new Saga game by Square. Hey, look, the Saga series is weird. It's all over the place in terms of quality. I hope it's good. I mean, they've been pushing the Saga series a lot recently, and I personally haven't really sat down with one. So I do want to eventually pick up one of them at least to kind of see what the fuss is about.
Yeah.
But yeah, Saga's cool. That's a good announcement. It's a good one.
You're forgetting a really good one. Spy Anya.
Oh yeah, Spy Anya.
Operation Memories, my dude.
Phil probably has not seen Spy Family.
I know Spy Family. I just don't.
He hasn't seen it.
I have not really seen it, but I know of it. I just thought I was like, that's kind of out of nowhere. It kind of, you know what it reminds? Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Shin-Chan game.
Professor, the summer days.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Endless 7-Day Journey, which I actually want to bring up real quick because in the Japanese Nintendo Direct, they actually announced a sequel to that game.
What?
Yeah. Can you imagine that? They announced the sequel to the Shin-Chan game, and I was like, what? Why did we not get that?
Obviously, we like Spy Family more.
Clearly. Clearly. To be fair, Spy Family is probably a bigger property, so that makes sense.
Mm.
They also announced a new game from the guy who directed Moon. So I was like, oh.
Mm.
Oh. And later, after, he did confirm it is coming to America. So I was like, why was that not in the American one then? That makes no sense. But anyways, there's that. Trying to remember off the top of my head. Third party. Do you have the list in front of you?
I am.
Start naming third parties.
Was Wargroup technically third? Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
release on multiple
indie
platforms.
game, third party. We'll just put them together.
Yeah, there was that. Wargroup is it's kind of like Advance Wars. Actually,
It's straight up Advance
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah.
It's straight up Advance
Wars.
Wars.
Yeah, it was when we were lacking. We were in a drought for Advance Wars.
But you know what? Being in Advance Wars is not a bad thing. That's a
true.
good thing.
There's Dave the Diver.
So, okay, I initially wrote that off as a whatever game. Apparently, I'm wrong because apparently, like, that game's really popular right now on Steam.
It is very.
So
popular
that's a big deal. So I was like, interesting.
It's cool.
Oh, I almost forgot about Trombone Champ. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Hey, look, you think I'm kidding? I really want to play that game. Like
multiple people.
Yeah, it's one of the only Switch party games that has motion. Like, come on, I'm motion man. It looks fun. The IR sensor, dude. They showed off 2 games that actually use that feature. The most dead feature on the console.
The most dead feature, bro.
And one of those is Trombone Champ, where you actually get to play it like this, where you like hold your hand out and see how far it goes. Like, it's so good. I need to play it. It looks fun. Limited run, please. Physical copy. That game needs a physical copy. We must preserve art. Okay?
Got you. What else do we have? We have Among Us. I think that was the last thing.
People still play Among Us? I really want to know. I like Among Us. I'm not trashing it. I actually really like that game a lot.
Well, I don't because I got other things
I
to
personally, yeah, I haven't played it in a while, and I have it downloaded on Switch.
Well, it's a good thing you downloaded it now versus later. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Unity!
Yeah. Unity, oh no.
Oh my god.
That's a whole mess still. Man, is that all the third parties? Did we go through?
Did you talk about Tomb Raider? Technically speaking.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't talk about Tomb Raider. That's an interesting one. So Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 remastered. They're remasters in the sense that they look prettier, but they are the same games. So I as a person who likes retro games, as a boomer essentially, who knows PS1 games like that, I think that was really cool. And I can't wait to see how they look like in HD. Having said that, if you have not grown up with the games and do not understand the controls, you are going to hate those games. They are tank controls like there is no tomorrow. But I like those games. So 50-50, you know, critically, like looking with a critical eye, ooh, I really hope it has updated controls. But as a nostalgically, like that's cool. That's best lore anyways.
I got you.
I don't want any questions or answers.
No,
that's just best lore. That's fact. That's
no questions. No questions.
Yeah. That's fact, not opinion. Mark, what do you think? Is that best lore or what?
Thanks, Mark.
Good job. Good talk, Mark. Good talk. Anyways.
So we'll just take everything in bullet point from here.
Yeah, I think that's it, right?
That's kind of it, I think.
Okay. Because Nintendo, the first party games is the one I have the most to talk about, because obviously
all right,
we're in the shirt. But
yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Nintendo himself right here. Nintendo
They
Man
opened
64.
with yeah. Do you want to do it from top to bottom on how they did it?
Yeah.
From Nintendo wise.
Yeah.
So
In some order.
Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 2. Oh my god, Splatoon 3 expansion pack 2 side order.
Okay. Yeah, that's precisely yes.
Yeah. It looks cool. Is it roguelike? Like with because I'm thinking it's a roguelike.
I think it is. I think so. Which
It's
I think
a roguelike with an actual story
baked into as well.
with like small RPG mechanics.
Yeah, so I think that'd be for me for sure.
I'm interested. Yeah.
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 And I think that's
It
very
does
important.
cost it costs more than Octo expansion though. It's 25, not 20.
Oh, okay. It's not that too big of a difference though.
No, it's not too big of a difference, but I might pick it up once it actually releases. I should pre-order it soon. You know. But yes, that looks good. Octo expansion. I'm sorry. Side order looks good. It looks fun. I like the weird monochrome like art style that it's going for. Pearl is confirmed. Pearl and Marino, the big characters that are confirmed for this story. And that's cool because they really feel like they haven't been in the game. So yeah. That's cool. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
It got delayed. That's the big one. It got delayed out of 2023. It was supposed to originally release winter of 2023, and now it is scheduled for spring 2024. Oh. So it's like, ooh, that game must be taking a lot longer than they thought.
All right.
So that's fine.
It might be something where it just builds up to being something that could have been its own game by itself.
Yeah. Next on the bill, Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake.
Thank goodness.
Thank God.
It's this type of remake and not like minis orientated.
It is minis. Like the minis are in the game because that's where it originally started.
Yeah. But it's not like they're trying to continuation with like the puzzle heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's not the touchscreen puzzle based like get the minis to the end kind of thing.
Lemmings.
It's actually essentially Lemmings. This is actually based on the original Game Boy Advance game,
as well as
which is actually a sequel to a Game Boy game called Donkey Kong. Well, we call it as fans Donkey Kong 94. It's just called Donkey Kong. That game it's essentially takes the original Donkey Kong arcade formula, but ramps it to being a puzzle platformer in which the idea is that you need to get a key, get to the door, escape. But how you get to the key is what makes it fun. That's what makes it a really interesting style of game. I love Donkey Kong 94. That is my favorite Game Boy game of all time. And when I played Mario vs. Donkey Kong a long time ago, it's not as good as Donkey Kong 94, but it's the best like style of that game on the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, like I like it. I just think I like the music and the settings more in 94, but that's a me thing. This remake is the best possible outcome for a minis game because it's going to be a puzzle platformer with 2-player co-op, which is the new thing. That's the big new feature. And we just haven't had that kind of Nintendo game in so long. And I'm looking forward to it. I love Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I can't wait. That's a big one. It does come out near Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's I mean,
you could just like speed through Donkey Kong, right?
I am Mr. Nintendo, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. If it comes down to the two, I'm gonna get 7 Rebirth. I'm not dumb. Like
it's $50, right?
It is a $50 remake, which is a big talking point. I just hope that there's new levels to warrant the $50. That's all it is. Will I pick it up? Yeah, of course. I love Mario games. I'm gonna pick it up on my Switch. It's just $50 for a Game Boy Advance game that you technically could blast through is not the best thing in the world. If it has a level editor, that'd be kind of cool.
Fair.
Okay, sorry, I need water for that.
No, that's okay.
What's after that, Nintendo wise?
I think RPG.
Yeah, Mario RPG. It looks really, really good. They're adding new gameplay changes, like the new team attacks that was never in the original game. I was also pointed out that when you do a perfect attack and you get the timing right, how it spreads to other enemies, that was also not in the original game.
When fire starts to spread.
So, new gameplay changes. I just hope that they're not doing it for the sake of making the game easier. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that the enemies are also going to be balanced out to where they have more health or they have this, you know what I mean? So to make sure that it accounts for all of these new gameplay changes.
I guess so. I don't know what was the mindset for when they wanted to do like a ranged type of attack like that. I think I'd like to say it's just to make the flow of combat a little bit faster instead of like one.
A little bit less grindy.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Less grindy.
But I also get that like that adds to like that alleviates the difficulty in that respect too.
But yeah, I'm excited. That's a day one.
Yeah. Also,
no question.
Rechallengeable bosses that are much harder.
That's new. Yes, that's new as well. So you can go once you beat the game, post game, you can go back to bosses and play and fight them again in a much challenging version. I am so scared to find out what that means for the Final Fantasy boss.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I'm not sure if it'll be. I don't know.
I am terrified to find out what that means. He was already the toughest boss in the game, let alone doing it again, but harder. That doesn't sound like fun at all.
That actually sounds like the worst.
The Japanese Nintendo Direct also confirms that you can change the music from the new version to the original. I am gonna be honest with y'all. I want to hear the new
arrangements,
like compositions. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the whole point of the remake. Like. And also, it's Yoko Shimomura. Like, why would I want to? I mean, she is the original composer, but I mean, have you heard Kingdom Hearts? Her orchestrated songs are beautiful. I can't wait to hear this. So,
but yeah, I think that's pretty much of RPG. Another code
RPG
recollection.
My darling, my beautiful darling. I put away all my games except for this one for this specific talk. Trace Memory is a launch window game. It's not a launch game specifically, but it came out around the launch of the DS. And it is essentially it's three genres in one. It's a visual novel, it's a puzzle game, and it's a murder mystery. So this game is really good. It's got a lot of like adult style storytelling and whatnot in here. It's really fun. Finding out Ashley's like story throughout the game is really crazy. Never in my lifetime did I think Nintendo was going to choose this game to get a full-blown from the ground up 3D remake where it's like not just like visual novels anymore. Now you're actually walking around exploring. The puzzles are the same though, because once I saw the bridge puzzle, I was like, oh, that's straight up from the original game. I do want to bring one thing up though. I totally forgot that it's from this game. Phantom Hourglass has a puzzle, has a mechanic with the DS in mind, where to solve the puzzle, you have to close the DS screen and then open it back up.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
That's actually from Trace Memory.
That's crazy.
So I don't know how they're going to replicate that puzzle on Switch, but I am curious to see what that's going to look like.
Just shake it.
It's really good. Now it's called Another Code because in America this is called Trace Memory. This is a horrible name, by the way. I honestly I think they did it because the stylus, so Trace, you know. But then it's like about memory, so it's like, hey, tracing her memories. It's bad name. Really, the European and the Japanese name Another Code is the one that really makes sense. And Another Code, Two Memories is what this game is actually called in everywhere else.
I see.
It is also including a game we never got as Americans. We're getting Another Code R, which is the Wii sequel to this game. That one's also going to be built in the same engine as the first remake. So I can't believe that's happening. That's actually like top 3, like one of my favorite announcements here, because Another Code is a series I never thought we were going to see again. And I want to know who's developing it because the original developer is now gone. They do not exist.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna find out till we're not gonna find out till the credits, but
I guess so.
yes, that's a big deal. And that comes out in January. Very much looking forward to playing that game. I think it comes out the same week as Prince of Persia, actually.
Yikes.
Oh yeah. And honestly, I'm choosing another code. That game is something I've been really wanting to play for a long time. But yeah, and it's getting a physical copy for anybody who's interested in preserving Nintendo games like that. It is getting a physical copy. Thank God. Thank God. Because we didn't get one for Famicom Detective Club, and that makes me so angry to this day.
I should probably go get that one too.
It's download only. So
yeah, so that's the only way.
That's the part that sucks. It's $60 for the bundle.
Yeesh. Yeesh.
But that's the thing is, if you're gonna charge me $60 overall for both, just put them on a cart. Put them both on a cart. I would have bought that.
Let's take matters to our own hands.
What's the next game? I believe it's
Let me see. After another code, it's actually Peach's time. Showtime.
Yeah, Princess Peach Showtime looks awesome.
Looks pretty good.
Man, it looks so creative and original.
I would say like there's elements that remind me of like some of like the Paper Mario games of recent memory, and as well as Luigi's Mansion as far as like how like it's displayed, how you move your characters.
Yeah,
around.
it's like a box, like a dollhouse. You open it up and you can see everything in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense in this context because she's on a theater stage, so it's like you're in the audience and you're looking at it from there.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I really love the way this game looks. The gameplay looks kind of crazy, where it's varied. It's not just sticking to one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love when Nintendo does these random out of the box like side games. Please, I'm looking forward to playing this game. And this game comes out March 22nd, 2 days before my birthday. Let's go. What's the next one after that?
Let's see. The next one. It's Detective Pikachu. Just real quick. So.
I mean, hey, look. At least for me, it's getting a little bit more interesting because now I know it's a sequel. Because it's not. I thought it was a reimagining of the first game with the added ending content.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it is an official sequel, so that kind of means I should play the original, which I have sitting on my shelf.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's just a continuation, and for those who might possibly, what's starting to look like, it's starting to look kind of close to the Attorney games.
The which ones?
Ace Attorney. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
In the sense of like collecting like specific bits of information. Maybe not the court case stuff, but like just building a story, crafting a story by all the little pieces that you pick out. Yeah,
it's definitely a mystery game where it's like it's technically a murder mystery game in that genre, but it's Pokemon, so there's no like murder or anything. Like you're just trying to solve puzzles and solve the problem in cases like that. So yeah. I'm looking forward. I am getting a little warm to it. Like I'm warming up to it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm gonna eventually pick it up. It's first party, so it's gonna be in my collection anyways. But yeah.
The next one is Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
All right. One, thank God you changed the Dark Moon subtitle. The Dark Moon subtitle was always so dumb. Second, because it makes so much sense to just call it 2, which is what it's called in Europe and Japan. But yes, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. It does look really pretty.
It looks sharpened up a little bit, yeah.
It looks sharp enough for a 3DS game, yes. And if you've never played it, it is technically the weakest Luigi's Mansion in my opinion. But that's mostly due to the structure of the game, not because the game is bad. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Even the multiplayer is intact. That's kind of crazy. I'm never going to play it, but that's kind of crazy. Like, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm looking forward to it. It is a little late than I thought. It's coming out in summer 2024. And I read that timeline or that time frame, and I was like, why are we talking about it now then? That's kind of weird.
Good question, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I still have high hopes that Luigi's Mansion 1 is coming as well. because at this point, why would you not bring one when 2 and 3 are sitting like together?
Yeah.
It feels weird. It feels weird to not have one, even if it's based on the remake for 3DS. That's all I'm asking for, is the remake in HD. I'm not expecting the original.
Yeah, I think they know that value for, like, obviously I think it's great that Luigi's Mansion 2 as a 3DS game that recently just got all of its games off the shelves permanently gets like a resurgence and has like another like place where you can play it. But we should also say the same thing about Luigi's Mansion 1, which also has both cases, GameCube and 3DS gone.
Yeah, there's no real way to purchase or play the game now.
But considering that Pikmin 1 and 2 had like a good treatment, I think we'll see that in a similar fashion. You might even see that like as the reason why they're holding it off a little bit.
Yeah,
they might they might shadow drop it like prior to the release of Luigi's Mansion 2.
I just hope it gets a physical copy. I want to make sure everything's together. Because Pikmin 1, I don't mind if they shadow drop it and then at least confirm a physical is coming. Because that's what they did with Metroid Prime Remastered, which is another GameCube game, and Pikmin 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, like next Friday, I should have Pikmin 1 and 2 in my hand. So.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I think that's all for Luigi's Mansion 2. F-Zero is the next one, it seems.
All right.
F-Zero 99.
At the very least, we can review that right here, right now. Because it did drop.
Yes.
Okay, look. I'm going to go on record. I'm not changing my opinion on this. F-Zero 99 is the definition of the monkey's paw. Like, it's the Edgar Allan Poe story of the monkey's paw. You got exactly what you wanted, just not in the way you wanted it. And that's exactly what happened with F-Zero 99. I've been wanting F-Zero. It has been close to 19 years since an F-Zero game. And we finally got a new release in the series. And it's just a reimagining of the Super Nintendo game, but online only.
Online only, to be slated and to end at a certain point in the future that we don't know about.
At a certain, yep. And that really hurt my feelings initially. Having played it. Oh.
Okay.
He's gone. Having actually played it, having actually like sat down with it and streamed it for a while and really got into it, you know what? I get it. It conceptually in the actual like F-Zero like canon makes so much sense to have 99 people on the field, because that's kind of what it is in the like lore. That's what F-Zero races are.
Yeah, there's just a lot of people racing and a lot of destruction, apparently. Yeah,
and it's like it makes so much sense. Again, it also makes sense that they're choosing the SNES game because it's the easiest to put 99 players on the field with.
True.
It is good. F-Zero 99 is really good. Like, I'm talking, it's the best 99 game so far. It is fast-paced. It is chaotic as all hell. It is nail-biting towards the end if you're trying to get that first. Like, going for the first is nail-biting. Like, you are like struggling. Your ship is like almost about to blow up. Like, you're like, oh man, I'm sweating bullets here, and it's great. It's exactly what F-Zero is, and how it always should have been. It's like that's why people love it more than Mario Kart. It's so like technical compared to Mario Kart.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah, there's like a technical amount of skill involved versus Mario Kart's typically random nature of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of risk and reward. It's like, yeah, you can boost, but if you do that, you're wasting health.
Yeah.
And if you're wasting health, more chances to blow up. And once you blow up, you're out of the game. That's not a new mechanic. That's not just specifically made for 99.
It's been there.
In all of the F-Zero games, if you blew up, game over. That's it. Even if it like for GameCube and for F-Zero X on 64 and for F-Zero GX on GameCube, if it was a 4-player split screen and one of your friends blew up, they gotta wait. They're done. They done goofed. So I really, really enjoy F-Zero 99. It is one of the biggest surprise hits this year for me personally. And it is, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I wanted an F-Zero, I'm playing the new F-Zero, and it's really good. I love all the really cool designs and the customizations you can do on the ships. Unlocking it's kind of tough. for sure. But that just means you got to get good at the game. I will say, I'm not like the biggest fan of the rotating special modes and whatnot. Because for me personally, it feels like, oh well, I can only play the special mode for this certain amount of time until the next one shows up. So I'm like, but then again, I'm used to it with Splatoon 3 with the rotating maps. So I'm not too mad. I will. Another criticism is that it is the Super Nintendo original tracks. They did not change any of the layouts. It is all the original gimmicks, all the original tracks, all the original music. They didn't even remaster the music. Having said that, I hope they add more tracks than just those 15 tracks, because those are not enough tracks, and all of them aren't even open. They're not even in the game yet. I believe only 7 of them are.
Oh, okay.
So they need to get the other 8 on there. I'm hoping they choose tracks from the Japanese only Super Nintendo sequel. I'm hoping they choose tracks from the Game Boy Advance games, both Maximum Velocity. No, 3 of them. Sorry, Maximum Velocity, the GP Legends, the one that's based on the anime, and then the Japanese only Climax. I hope they choose from all 3 of those to put more of those tracks in, and really open this up to being a varied and like content filled heavy F-Zero. And give me more cards, give me more ships.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts. It's good. It's really good.
I played it too. Played a little bit. Not as much as Phil has. I obviously didn't really get first, but I see that potential. I mean, you can say that a lot about the other 99 games. There's a competitive like sense for it. And when it comes down to it, like, you're really rushing it, but like with F-Zero, it's like it almost feels like a constant because you're racing, like because you can interact with the people like in real time, like on the courses, instead of like indirectly having an impact on what they're doing in the other ones. So I think this is the best application for the 99 like rule that they got going on here. It is a shame that it is something where it's like you can't really play things offline unless you're just practicing courses here and there. So that's my only sentiment about it. Otherwise, if you can take that all into consideration and know that this thing has like a timeline in which you won't be able to play online after some time, then you could definitely enjoy the experience as it is right now. So
it's really good though.
I
highly recommend.
It's a good distraction from Mario Kart. But speaking of Mario Kart,
yeah. Oh, is that next?
Yeah, it is kind of next. Yeah,
it's funny. But yeah, one last thing. It is also one of the very few games that supports the Super Nintendo controller, like officially. So like you actually use it, and if you go to control schemes, it'll show you the picture of it and everything.
Oh, okay.
Again, it is a Super Nintendo game at heart. It is the original Super game.
Gotcha.
Controls did not change. The only difference is they added the spin with both L and R, and the boost system is different than the original. That's it. The boost system is actually the system from the N64 and GameCube games, where if you hit boost, you got to be careful because it lowers your health. In the original game, that was not the case. The boost was separate, but you could only use a certain amount of boost. You can only hold up to 3 boosts, and you only get a boost for each lap.
Got you.
Yeah, I like it. The game. But yeah, Mario Kart.
It's Mario Kart. It's the last DLC. It's coming out in like winter.
Can you believe it's already been 2 years? That's crazy.
It has been 2 years. I thought one of them was already like, I thought we only passed by like 1 year. No, 2 years. To give you the real quick short of it, they give you a sneak peek as to one of the courses that's going to be included, but not all of them. It's Daisy Circuit.
Wii's Daisy Circuit. Yep.
4 new characters. We have Diddy Kong, Cranky Kong, or Funky Kong. Was it Funky Kong? I don't know.
Funky.
Yes, Funky.
Cranky, Funky.
Pauline, and
yeah, boy.
Peachette.
And Gross.
And Gross. Because now that's brought up the conversation again. It's like, wait a minute.
That's disgusting. Anyways, I was gonna say, however, if you look at the Mario Kart like roster right now, there's only 2 slots.
Yeah. So 2 of them would take that up, but then what happens to the other 2? Where's that going to go?
Yeah. Now, somebody did bring up you can always just throw Peachette under Toadette or Peach as like a side thing, and I'm like, that makes sense. But where do you throw Pauline? Where do you throw Funky Kong? Where do you throw Diddy Kong? You throw Funky with Donkey Kong? I guess
that's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's the whole point of getting a new character, right? Like,
so I'm not sure how they're gonna. I think we might be overthinking it. They might just literally add like another line for them. And that's it, and that doesn't mean anything.
but if they add another line, where's the rest of the characters? It's got to have 4. It's got to have 6 coming down.
6 coming down. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm not gonna be overthinking this one too much because I don't really know how to predict like these new cast of characters showing up.
My thing is I don't want to over predict it and then be like, well, we didn't get new characters like I thought we were gonna get. Like I don't want to hype myself up too much.
Yeah. So I think this is one of the cases where we know where like these are new characters coming in. They're gonna fit somewhere in like that area. They'll probably have to make room for all of them, and they'll do just that. But if it looks uneven, well, that did happen in Smash Brothers before, so we'll just kind of have to leave it at that.
Yeah, I guess we'll just wait.
Yeah, there might be something, but I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna be the last thing that they have, and we're assuming this is the last thing before they just kind of like stop with Mario Kart 8 like updates / DLC. Maybe that's it.
It more than likely is gonna be it. This is it.
Because they've been supporting this game like for a while, even though there was kind of a dead period, but they weren't doing anything. But then they understood the value of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and so they definitely ramped it up with these past 2 years being the DLC. And that could possibly be leading to some other thing in development because they've been accruing money for that. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. I know that I think the Japanese like Direct actually had like a separate like purchase thing for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that included like the DLC. I'm not sure
So
in
they're
what
doing
form, though.
So they're doing the thing that actually exists in Japan. So some games, if they had a major DLC that people like want together, in Japan they are going to resell the game physically, where both the game and the DLC are on the cart.
Which is kind of cool, but
that's really cool. We don't get those.
That's so messed up.
As far as we know, yeah. As far as we know so far, we don't get those. So they did this for Splatoon 2, where Octo expansion's included. They've done this for Breath of the Wild, that the DLC for that is included.
Interesting. We've had Pokemon.
And then now, the Pokemon ones we did get.
But unfortunately, nothing else.
Yeah, Sword and Shield with the expansion packs, we did get those. And now those have become very valuable.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, I don't count that as like an extra game in my library because I already have Sword and Shield. But yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, those have become very valuable to collect now. But I have the DLC, so I don't know. It's DLC, right? Like I don't really need it, but
yeah.
I'm hoping I'm assuming Scarlet and Violet might do it too.
They probably might have that. So. And we'll see.
But yeah, this will be the new one that adds to that.
Gotcha. Honestly,
that means PlayAsia at the ready.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually on PlayAsia right now. I was like, I wonder if they would do that.
They do. But the Zelda one's been sold out for so long.
I kind of want to see an image of it because I don't think I've ever seen something like that for Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna look that up real quick. See if they actually had like. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's pretty much what they did with pretty much the box art that I saw of Mario Kart. They pretty much just have like the typical title, but like they cut it underneath and then they just say like plus all these other stuff that they have as DLC. All right, fair enough. Ooh, but that soundtrack though. Sorry, that's something else. That's something else.
But yeah. After that, what was the next one? WarioWare?
I think so. Wait, where did WarioWare go? Actually, you know what? It's not listed chronologically for this one. I don't even see it. Weird, but yeah, WarioWare is there.
Looks damn good. That's the WarioWare I've been wanting for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm not used to the new Wario voice. He sounds way off.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right, but
yeah. I will get used to it because I'm gonna have to. But
because I had to.
But WarioWare Move It is the sequel to WarioWare Smooth Moves, and that's the best WarioWare game. So like I'm looking very much forward to playing that at parties now and making that a new local like multiplayer game. Because WarioWare Move It is incredibly fun. Oh, sorry, Smooth Moves is fun. So Move It's more than likely going to fall on that track. That's really all I had to say about that.
Okay. Let's see. The last thing, it's actually just the last thing that we got, it seems. Paper Mario!
Let's go,
the Thousand-Year Door, baby!
Let's go, baby!
It's good.
You have no idea. I'm so glad that didn't get leaked. I'm so glad. Because that's a big deal. I know that people are upset that it's not Metroid. I know, trust me, I wanted Metroid Prime as well. But this is a close second, and I am... Nah, not even close second. I appreciate this more than Metroid. I'm sorry.
It's either or for me.
I'm sorry. I love Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, dude. I played that game religiously on the GameCube, and I still own my copy. And I feel so bad when I tell people, "Oh, you're collecting for GameCube? You got to get that game. It's it's one of the best games on there." But it's like $140 for a copy right now.
That's wild. I mean, it kind of deserves that at this point.
But now you can get it. Now it is releasing on a modern platform, free from the GameCube shackles. It is the original game, just remastered. That's literally all it is. The music is also remastered as well. It sounded amazing. I was like, oh my god, the battle theme sounds so good. I'm glad they didn't do the Rogueport song yet, because I think I would have passed out.
Oh my god. See,
I think I literally would have passed out.
The only like remnants of Paper Mario is like the Paper Mario like stage in Smash Brothers, where you hear like not only will you see it the stage, but you also hear the music.
The Rogueport. So it's the last time they ever mentioned Thousand Year Door was Smash Brothers for 3DS. That's where that stage originally came in, and then Ultimate. But it's actually a mix of Paper Mario Sticker Star, and then Thousand Year Door. The ship part is the Thousand Year Door, and then it goes back to Sticker Star, and I'm like, ugh. But Rogueport, dude, the music for Rogueport is iconic and it's nostalgic to me, and I love that song. And I cannot wait to hear how they do it again. I'm glad they didn't show off some of the things in that game. I mean, at this point, we all know what it is, so like it's not really spoilers if I talk about certain things. But I will say one thing: I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous about it. But I understand. But playing Origami King, playing the recent Paper Mario's like Color Splash and Origami King, it doesn't really hinder it too much. But I am gonna bring it up because if I don't, someone's gonna bring it up and they're gonna get all mad. I am noticing it too, guys. The trailer is running. The game's running at 30 frames, which the original game runs at 60. I understand that. I hope that's not the case. I hope Nintendo understands that the game needs to be at its original like frame rate. Having said that, I don't think I'm mad if it runs 30 frames because of the new graphical updates. On top of that, Origami King and Color Splash both play well, so it's like
I was gonna say, were they also? I forget. Was that also
30 frames?
Wow.
There's only 2 games in the series that ran 60. It was Thousand Year Door on GameCube and Super Paper Mario on the Wii.
Well, I guess that one makes sense. All right.
So, again, it is a downgrade. I won't lie to you. That is a big downgrade. But I think the pros outweigh the cons. So, and it's just accessible. It's now going to be the most accessible way to play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which is considered not only one of the best RPGs of all time, one of the best games of all time. It's really good. Another thing I noticed, did you notice that like they're remaking the best Mario RPG games?
They did back to back.
Mario RPG and now Thousand Year Door. Like, yo, give me Bowser's Inside Story next, baby. We in the money. Like,
I think they really now see like that value of those RPGs. Once you see the sales, you're gonna start to see some changes.
My issue is somebody said, "Oh, if that's the case, they need to do Superstar Saga because that's the most popular
That's gonna be
like
tough.
Mario and Luigi game." Here's the thing though, and I'm gonna disappoint everybody right now. I would have been so down if not for two things. One, they already remade it on 3DS, so it's recent.
It's more
It
recent.
was a recent remake. And two, it is on Switch through the GBA app.
Yeah. So that one might take a while to even see a resurgence, if possible.
Sorry. Yeah.
Otherwise,
like, I want a new Mario and Luigi game too. I do, but it ain't gonna work. Not like that.
Unless they want to do a new one, and then they'll pick up the other ones later on.
The issue is who's gonna do it because the developer's gone.
Oh yeah.
Alpha Dream's shut down.
The only option would just be in-house, or you just find somebody else.
Because Mario RPG is being done by Square.
Yeah.
Which is the original developers, so that makes sense.
So yeah. Yeah, that I mean, to do that would also be to possibly pick up the other ones too in the future. So whoever's in charge of that will have to understand like the charm for that and what it takes to make that, but also have the time to just focus only on that.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm gonna assume Intelligent Systems is the one doing Thousand Year Door, because they are the original developers.
Oh yeah. Okay, I guess they could do that.
Yeah, people forget the Fire Emblem team makes Paper Mario.
It's crazy.
It's so wild to think about it that way, but yes. But yeah, no, I can't believe that came out of the blue. I'm so excited for it.
I'm glad everyone gets an opportunity to try this one. It's a game that I played over and over again. It's super charming. I think that the mechanics for that one work like truly well for like the series. And I think it's also been an evolution since the OG Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the
I love OG Paper Mario.
Yeah.
So,
and it's the last Paper Mario like with a lot of originality in the characters. The other ones start to become, same, and that's because of like the direction that they wanted to take with that, and also some legal stuff. I think, right?
Super Paper Mario had a lot of original.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, Super Paper Mario was the last one to have like those like original characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's give our boy Super Paper Mario credit.
The issue is that I never played Super Paper Mario because the Wii. I never got the Wii, so that's
man,
fine. You're the one with the copy.
You are you're gonna have to play that eventually. It's really good.
I hear it's a fun time.
I argue Super Paper Mario has the best story in the series.
Oh, okay.
It's not the best game because of the gameplay. Because it's not actually an RPG.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
It's a platformer. But having said that, it's got like it's an anime inspired story. It's really crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good game. Very good games overall. Nintendo, my wallet really hurts. Stop.
But don't stop.
Stop, but don't stop. Because like, I also want to bring up like here what this means for the Nintendo Switch going forward.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I brought it up in the last discussion of it, but all of these bar like maybe all of their upcoming first-party Nintendo games, right? All of them, excluding the DLC.
Uh-huh.
And I don't count F-Zero 99 as one of these, by the way, because that's technically a reimagining remake of F-Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What are the actual original titles here? What are the new games in their core respective franchises? Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Brothers Wonder,
yeah.
WarioWare Move It, I think that's it.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Those are the only new ones showing up, unless there was something else.
These are like a brand new first party Nintendo games. Like I'm talking
unless we're talking about Detective Pikachu.
Oh yeah, there you go. Detective Pikachu Returns. Yes, that is one of them. So four games right here
that are like
brand new titles that are either new in their respective series or just new ideas like Princess Peach Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, The rest of these games are remakes. And as a Nintendo fan, I love these. But you can clearly see that the Switch is starting to wind down. We're getting to the point where why waste all the money and resources for the Switch for original games when we could be throwing those onto the next successor?
Mm-hmm.
Because, a console can have all these fancy like features and all this crazy like update, like all these crazy like resolutions and frame rates and whatnot, but it makes no difference if it doesn't have the games to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to see a lot of these remakes happening. And you know what? If that's how we're gonna get games for the Switch right now, good. Good, because then we can focus on getting new content for the next console.
That's fair.
And the remakes, at least with the remakes, we know they're gonna run well. They're gonna be good.
And they should still be accessible, even with a brand new console down the line. It's a different conversation for another time. But yeah, at least they've been brought up to the current hardware.
Yeah. But I also think that more than ever now, this Direct solidifies that more than ever, whatever the next console is, it needs to have that backwards compatibility, dude. There has not been a Nintendo library that has pretty much basically hit every single console in its in its lifetime or in its history than the Switch. And not being able to bring these brand new like remakes and stuff coming over right now over to the next console, that's a shame. That would be such a shame. Like, imagine a world where the Switch to the Super Nintendo Switch in this household is already out, and then Paper Mario comes out, and you can only play it if you have the OG Switch. That would suck. Like Mario Wonder is brand new. Do you honestly think they're gonna just like let it sit there on the Switch for less than a year? You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, by next year, we're gonna at least hear about this console.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I hope it's backwards compatible, man. Because if that's the case, out the gate, that console has such a huge library.
Yeah, it's it wouldn't really help like in its own like runtime. The Switch 2 would have to build everything from the ground up, just like the Nintendo Switch just did. In a scenario where it doesn't have backwards compatibility, or well, I would even say even if it had like NSO, but it didn't have backwards compatibility, maybe let's hypothetically say for the sake of just keeping the Switch to be like something marketable still, even with an existing console. Not only would that affect the sales for the like Super Nintendo Switch, but also the fact is like you have to come up with like a whole bunch of other games. Developers have to like split up between like different like platforms. It's a mess. It would be a mess.
Yep. And then I'm glad you brought up NSO, because we didn't get any NSO news here, which is weird because usually September directs are the ones we get the big NSO like news.
That's true.
But I think we can get away with the fact that the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance came out this year.
Yeah.
But having said that, there's still plenty of games left on those consoles to add to NSO. And we're definitely not going to get through those in time by the time the Switch 2 comes out. So if those are just backwards compatible apps and they just keep updating those, why not? That just means you get more games to play on your Switch, like your Switch 2. That's just more extra content. All of these control schemes, if we can just bring them over, what's the problem? Like, that sounds cool to me. Just saying.
Yeah. So, all right. I think that's everything. I'm only saying that because like I think we should probably wrap up.
There was a lot this week, but we also started late. Remember that?
Oh, true.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's not as crazy as you think it is.
I see. I do know that we've been talking about like Nintendo's side, especially this past entire week.
It's just
And I do apologize if anyone's like tuned into the previous stream or watched the previous like video that we posted about like us like watching and discussing this. It is kind of like our thoughts relatively remain same after those discussions, but also we have some new light of information here and there. But otherwise, it's kind of like just a lot of repeating stuff that happens. So just bringing
it's
that
just
up.
how it is. I love Nintendo games. It is they're the reason I collect Nintendo games because I love them. Love them or hate them, I get them.
Gotcha.
I will quickly mention because I haven't seen the trailers. I now understand why Level 5 was not at the direct. Because they just dropped 3 trailers for 3 of their games today.
Oh.
So they dropped the trailer for Inazuma 11, which is their big soccer franchise. They dropped the trailer for Deca Police, and they dropped the trailer for Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time.
Oh wow, I didn't see that Fantasy Life one. I did see Deca Police.
Yeah. So they did drop trailers for all 3 of those, so that kind of makes sense. They were going to do it on their own. And I also want to bring up that in Square Enix, while they were present, they could have told us that they dropped a trailer or a demo for Dragon Quest Monsters.
Oh, they did? Jeez.
They did. They dropped the demo for that, and there was another game they dropped the demo for too. And I was like, why are you not telling us this?
Well, I think maybe it's because they're third party and there's no exclusivity like on those fronts, or maybe they just wanted to do it on their own terms.
Monsters is only for Switch.
Oh, really? Oh, then I have no excuse for them. I got no excuse for them. Sorry.
So I was like, what the?
Square, I was in your corner. I'm not anymore.
It's just weird. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. I know that we have pickups. That's the kind of the only thing that we have, and
let's do it. I only got one. So.
I only got one too.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first, since like it's part of like a buy one get one, but like the other one got in later. I showed you guys. I think I showed you guys Digimon Survive for Xbox. I got that like as part of a deal. The other game was Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, and it showed up like a few days ago. So got this guy.
Nice.
I can finally find out who Chaos is. Wink, wink.
Yes.
But
oh god, yeah.
Yeah. But that was kind of it.
Oh yeah, good game. I just bought this today. It was I was walking through a Walmart and I was picking up dog food and some sodas for the house and stuff. And then I was looking down, and I always go through the game section because you never know what you're gonna see.
That's true.
And I saw a game there, and I was like, you know what? I really should pick this up one day, but not today. Like it's a sequel to another game I still don't know, because that's why I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, nah. I know I've heard decent things about it, but then I was like,
you don't really know.
Maybe later. But then I looked over and I was like, oh, there's the first game. That's only $20. And then I looked up on Amazon to see how much it's going for, and it's like $35. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. You know, what's the harm in $20? You know, and it is a remaster to a cult hit.
Oh,
a cult hit on the PS2, Xbox original, GameCube era that people really loved. People absolutely loved. And I actually haven't even played the original. I want to pick up the original as well one day. But I picked up the Switch version and I have it installed. I'm ready to go to try it out today. And this is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Battle for Bikini Bottom? Is that what I said?
Battle for Bikini Bottom
okay.
Rehydrated. This is Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So
okay.
I heard it was good. I'm gonna take people's word for it. Don't disappoint me.
It's fun. I played the original before.
Cool.
I don't think I picked up actually it was part of PlayStation's like free stuff like during the time, so I technically do have it.
I think I redeemed the Cosmic Shake recently.
Was that wait, what was that?
That just got that was up right now. I redeemed it just to make sure I had it.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just check out PlayStation real quick.
But they did put Battle for Bikini Bottom at some point, yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah. So but I picked up the Switch version. I know it's not the best version, for sure. But
really? Frame rate
and some glitches here and there, but I'm gonna try it out. I'm sure it's not that bad.
Okay.
I'm sure it can't be that bad. It's 30 frames, I know that much.
I see.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I play 3D platformers on my Switch. What do you want from me? All right, this is just how it is.
That'd be.
But I saw the Cosmic Shake there, and then that's why I was like, oh well, one day I'll pick that up because I heard it's good. And then I looked at Katrina and I was like, nah, I don't even have Battle for Bikini Bottom, so there's no reason I should pick up the Cosmic Shake right now. And then I saw Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I was like,
well,
I mean, I just made the excuse, right? Like, so I'm gonna try and play through this first, and if I end up liking it, I will pick up Cosmic Shake.
Fair.
Yeah. Because hey, man, Nickelodeon games have been hitting hard recently,
It's
dog.
true. Like, what was it? What was it? Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge.
They got the whole new
TMNT Cowabunga collection from Konami.
Yeah.
The Nickelodeon All Stars 1 and 2.
Mhm.
I heard the kart racing games are decent.
I'm not sure about the car race. We could probably omit that, but
No. Like deadass, I heard that they are not bad.
okay.
They're not amazing. They're not Mario Kart. They never will be Mario Kart, but they are interesting.
Okay. And then, Rugrats just had like a new one.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Limited Run is doing a Rugrats like game.
It's interesting.
That's really cool. And then the 2 SpongeBob 3D platformers. So yeah, Nickelodeon be hitting hard recently.
They know the market now, so.
Mm-hmm. As they should.
Nice.
They should have known a long time ago.
Avatar's gonna be another one as well, right?
And that's a.
Is that
The-
not them?
The developer is known for like child games, like Paw Patrol.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's just a game that just shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This one's actually by THQ, so like it's like
okay.
okay, yeah, like this one's actually like the original the original publisher was THQ,
Mhm.
so they got the rights to do Battle for Bikini Bottom again under their name,
That's cool.
and because this actually did well, they made an official sequel to it, like the new one, which is the Cosmic Shake.
Okay.
Because technically this game originally does have a sequel in its gameplay form,
Yeah.
and that is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Which is also really good. Don't get it twisted. Apparently that game is really good.
Hmm.
But
But they decided
yeah.
to do an actual sequel. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I like to compare it to Crash Bandicoot. Where there's the original trilogy 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and Warped. But
yeah.
it was the remakes were so good, they omitted every single game in the series and made a proper Crash 4.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Because like there is Crash the Wrath of Cortex, Crash Twinsanity, and all these other games that exist, but those got all omitted now to match the new remakes to make just 4.
That's fair.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
that's what I like to compare the Cosmic Shake to. Omit
Gotcha.
every other SpongeBob game except for Battle for Bikini Bottom. There you go.
Yeah, okay. I think that's yeah. Aside from our pickups, I think that's everything. It's just been like a game like announcement heavy type of thing, and everyone's just kind of like getting over like the last bits of it before the week ends.
Well,
having
next
said that,
weekend
though,
ain't gonna be more different.
yeah, it's true because what was it?
Tokyo Game Show, baby.
Oh my god! Apparently, they got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth there on like the show. So
there's a lot of
there's a
developers
lot.
I heard. That
Yeah,
are gonna be there.
it's true.
Yep.
There's a lot.
Capcom's gonna show up with a show. Xbox is doing a show there.
Oh, but the digital show for Capcom hurts me. The last one was no better. That hurt. Like there was nothing new.
No. Let's give credit where credit's due. They at least announced the delisted 3DS Ace Attorney games.
That's fair. Yeah, you know what? That is the one thing.
I have to give it credit where somewhere because those are really good games, and I hope the Dual Destinies includes the DLC that was original 3DS where you get to protect a whale.
Okay,
Like a Shamu whale, like you're defending his case.
that's
Yeah.
funny.
That's hilarious.
All right. Yeah, the thing I know about with Capcom is that they're gonna be talking as far as the new stuff. It's gonna be Dragon's Dogma 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they'll just have like other updates for the other like franchises they've been working with. But
Probably Street Fighter 6 news. Probably Dragon's Dogma 2 for sure.
they
You ain't
had
gonna
lists.
see
Yeah, they had lists of it. They had Exoprimal again.
Yeah, that's probably there's gonna be a new extra primal content. You ain't gonna see Pragmata there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's not on the table anymore. Not for now. For now. But yeah, that's exciting news too. So, man, dude, and also other games coming out next week as well. So
You got there's two big physical pickups. I say physical specifically because one of the games is already out, but
yeah.
I believe Legend of Nyota is next Tuesday, and on Friday it's the physical copy for Pikmin 1 and 2, baby. Let's go. Good games. Good pickups for the Switch.
Ugh, so much more. But I guess that's pretty much it. Phil, any last thoughts before we go ahead and call it?
I really implore everyone to try out another Code Recollection. I'm not kidding. Like, I want Nintendo to understand that those are the kinds of remakes and games that we want. The really obscure stuff, the ones that actually like have legitimate like staying power, and you will not be disappointed in the story.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like would you also extend that out to like games like the Famicom Detective Club?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Famicom Detective Club. The thing is, it's about getting those Japanese only games that we never got. The rumored, the fables, the legendary one, like the legendary ones that we never got, like Famicom Detective Club, another Code R. One day I hope the mysterious Murasame Castle shows up, you know? For Whom the Frog Bell Tolls. These are all games that are legendary in Japan. We'll never know.
True.
You know? So I give another Code a shot. And then yeah, if you haven't tried them yet, they're on the eShop. Famicom Detective Club, please. Both of them. They're both really good.
Okay.
Those are very visual novels, but yes, do it.
All right, then guys, we're gonna call it here. Appreciate everyone for tuning in for this podcast. We'll be going live again on the channel here, probably like in the evening, or not actually. Saturdays are kind of like weird because I might be off doing stuff, but for now, we'll leave it at that. Appreciate everyone for tuning in on this one. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves until then, everybody. #bye, everybody.